Mr. Gary Gensler finally is telling us that he will do anything in his power to do whatever works for retail investors, and that ultimately means, as we know, for anyone watching this video or anyone watching my channel or anyone following Gary Gensler, is stock like AMC, GameStop, the other meme stocks can go a lot more higher to finally trade as the real price we all know should they trade whenever pavement for order flow, for example, or the door pulls trading will get out of the door. So let's look exactly at what Mr. Gary Gensler said yesterday, Friday, June 23rd. Thus, I asked staff to take a holistic cross-market view of how we could update our rules and drive greater efficiencies in our equity markets, particularly for retail investors. This Mr. Gary Gensler just, kind of confirmed the short squeeze on the mother of all short squeezes. Well, based on, based on the latest events that happen both with any financial authority enforcing rules, enforcing agencies such as the SEC, the DTCC, and all of the FINRA, we put so much expectations into the rules that we're going to really, have the nail on the coffins of the short sellers, and thus the price right now is trading way below the time where those rules were being discussed and implemented, because at the time AMC was trading in the 50s, 40s and 50s, and right now we are barely trading at $13 a piece. So what went wrong? Well, I think anything that you could possibly imagine when it comes to politics, because don't get me wrong, folks, this has a lot to do with politics. Why? Because the SEC is a federal agency, and as a federal agency, the budget gets, allocated based on what is being discussed in Washington, and whatever is being discussed in Washington when it comes to money, a lot of that money comes from the pockets of people that have a lot of money, the billionaires, the multimillionaires, the CEOs, people like Ken Griffin, people like, the CEOs of the most valuable companies you can think of. So how can we sit back here and be trustworthy towards an institution that is supposed to protect us? And in the last 2-3 years, and I can't ever imagine whenever the SEC has been doing something really, really, really powerful, really, 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 really influential, really, concrete in kind of putting the fear of God into anybody in the market not following the rules, because nobody is really enforcing the rules. You'll say, well, Robin Hood got slapped, with, a fine. Well, they can make that money in just a matter of a couple of days. I'm not even talking about the hedge funds itself. So forgive me, Mr. Gensler, but until I see something happening, I don't think I will hold my breath into anything the SEC will do, because for the last 2 years, there has been blatant manipulation, and it's still being done, even outside the meme stocks. But nothing is being done. And the little that's being done doesn't, how to put it politically correctly way, doesn't give any incentive to the wrongdoers into getting caught. Because if they do get caught, just gonna, spread a little bit of money, and that's it. They can continue whatever they were doing. So yeah, until I see it, and by see it, I mean until I see the effect of these rules and all of these, actions from you guys transpire into the share price of the stocks that are supposed to be beneficial or benefiting from your work, I'm just gonna be like,